Hello, welcome to the weekly highlights program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the week. I'm your host, İlham Məmmədov. Now, first, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. President İlham Əliyev met with Antonio Costa, President of the European Council, and Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission, in Tirana on May 16th. The opening ceremony of the 6th Summit of the European Political Community was held in Tirana, the capital of Albania. President İlham Əliyev attended the event. On May 13th, President İlham Əliyev received Minister of National Defense of the Republic of Turkey, Yaşar Güler.
President İlham Əliyev congratulated Turkey on the dissolution of the PKK terrorist organization, noting that he had extended his congratulations to President of Turkey Recep Tayyip Erdogan on this significant development. Describing the dissolution of the PKK as a historic event, the president emphasized that it also brings joy to Azerbaijan. The Azerbaijani leader underlined that President Erdogan's political will played the most decisive role in achieving this outcome. The head of state also stressed that the strength of the Turkish state, the professional operations of the brotherly country's armed forces against terrorists, and the unity of Turkish society were crucial factors in compelling the terrorist group to take this step. President İlham Əliyev noted that this development is important not only for Turkey, but also for the peoples of the region as a whole, enabling them to live in the atmosphere of peace and security. Expressing his gratitude for the congratulations, Yaşar Güler conveyed the greetings of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan to the Azerbaijani leader. President İlham Əliyev thanked him for the greetings and asked Yaşar Güler to convey his own regards to the Turkish president. Recalling past events, Minister Güler noted that Armenian terrorists in the region had been given a historic lesson thanks to the strong will of the President of Azerbaijan. He stated that Turkey had concluded its 41-year struggle against terrorism with victory and expressed confidence that this achievement would contribute to lasting peace in Turkey. Yaşar Güler also emphasized the significance of this development for the region. The Minister of National Defense stated that they would continue to do their utmost to further expand cooperation with the armed forces of Brazil and Azerbaijan. During the meeting, the sides highlighted the effective cooperation between the armed forces of Azerbaijan and Turkey, stressing the successful conduct of joint military exercises. They expressed confidence that the brotherly and allied relations between Azerbaijan and Turkey would continue to develop successfully in all areas, including the military sphere. The role of the close relationship between the two heads of state in strengthening bilateral ties was also emphasized. The sides also exchanged views on prospects for future cooperation.
The head of our state received Okay Memiş, Secretary General of the National Security Council of the Republic of Turkey.
The head of state emphasized the significance of Okay Memiş choosing Azerbaijan for his first visit following his appointment as Secretary General of the National Security Council and expressed hope that the visit would be a successful one. For his part, Okay Memiş expressed his pleasure at making his first visit to brotherly Azerbaijan after assuming his new position. During the conversation, the sides hailed the deepening of the brotherly and allied relations between the two countries in all areas. It was noted that the sincere ties between Azerbaijani President İlham Əliyev and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan have greatly contributed to the further expansion of bilateral cooperation. The meeting also highlighted the successful collaboration between the two countries in all spheres, including security.
On May 13th, President İlham Əliyev visited the 30th anniversary Azerbaijan International Food Industry Exhibition, Interfood Azerbaijan, and the 18th Azerbaijan International Agriculture Exhibition, Caspian Agro, held at the Baku Expo Center. Now established as national brands, Interfood Azerbaijan and Caspian Agro exhibitions are the largest events in the Caspian region dedicated to the agriculture and food industries. The exhibitions, which cover all pavilions in the outdoor area of the Baku Expo Center, will run until May 16th and featured the participation of 450 companies from 31 countries. In line with the participant and visitor preferences, this year's exhibitions are being held over 4 days. The events span a wide geographic area, bringing together leading agricultural producers from the United States, China, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Russia, Turkey, and other countries. National pavilions from Germany, Belarus, South Korea, Georgia, Italy, the Netherlands, Sri Lanka, and for the first time Egypt are also showcased. President Ilham toured the Italian pavilion, which features 7 companies under the National Pavilion of the Italian Republic, presenting a diverse range of agricultural products. Italy has demonstrated consistent interest in the exhibition, having participated for more than 10 years. The exhibitions are organized with the support of the Ministry of Agriculture. They are also actively supported by the Food Safety Agency, the Small and Medium Business Development Agency, the Export and Investment Promotion Agency, the National Confederation of Entrepreneurs Organizations, the Food and Beverage Industrialists Association, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, and the Azerbaijan Exhibition Organizers Association. Germany also maintains a strong presence at the exhibition. The German National Pavilion includes 8 companies renowned not only in Germany but also internationally for their agricultural production. Germany has been participating in the exhibition for the past 5 years. South Korea is represented by 3 companies at its national stand. These companies are well known in the agricultural sector and specialize in fruit peeling, in processing equipment, as well as horticultural materials. One of the companies also offers smart livestock monitoring and management systems powered by artificial intelligence. This marks South Korea's 2nd consecutive year of participation in the exhibitions. The Ministry of Agriculture is participating in this year's exhibitions with a stand focusing on the theme of artificial intelligence in agriculture for 2025. In line with the President's instructions, the application of AI in agriculture has been designated as a priority. The Ministry will present several AI-related projects during the exhibition, with a key focus on creating synergy between Azerbaijani university students studying AI and a large agro-parks operating in the market. This year marks the 30th anniversary of the Interfood Azerbaijan exhibition. Over the past 3 decades, it has welcomed more than 3,000 companies and over 150,000 visitors from around 50 countries, earning a reputation as an effective business platform. The exhibition's focus on new technologies and innovative solutions fosters the development of the food industry and strengthens business ties. Additionally, by addressing critical food security issues, it contributes to enhancing resilience in this area. President Ilham also visited the Georgian stand. The Georgian National Pavilion comprises 8 companies, primarily showcasing food products. Georgia has demonstrated strong interest in these exhibitions, having participated 10 times to date. Caspian Agro covers sectors such as agricultural machinery, facilities and equipment, irrigation systems, packaging, innovative agricultural technologies, animal husbandry and poultry farming, veterinary medicine, crop production, fruit and vegetable cultivation, floriculture, waste processing, logistics, and e-agriculture. It brings together thousands of professionals, including leading players in the agricultural industry, local and foreign experts, importers, exporters, product distributors, wholesale and retail trade representatives, and farmers. The exhibition also features Smart Agro, encompassing sections on AI, smart villages, startups, IT services, robotics, unmanned aerial vehicles, and green agro technologies. Belarus is another country with significant interest in the exhibitions. The national stand features 15 food production companies specializing in cheese, meat packaging and processing, and the dairy industry. Belarusian agricultural machinery is also widely represented at the exhibition. The country has participated in the exhibitions for more than 10 years. The exhibition served as a valuable platform for promoting the Made in Azerbaijan brand. As in previous years, participants at Caspian Agro and Interfood Azerbaijan are showcasing their products under this brand. For many years, the Small and Medium Business Development Agency has actively supported the exhibitions by organizing stands for small and medium-sized enterprises. These companies benefit from learning about market innovations, establishing connections with industry leaders, and developing their businesses. Supporting the development of Azerbaijan's agriculture and food industry, the exhibitions promote the country's export potential, attract foreign investment, and serve as a platform for food security and innovative solutions. Considering the scale of the exhibitions and the rich program of events, Caspian Agro and Interfood Azerbaijan will be held under the new Agri-Week brand starting in 2026. On May 15th, President Ilham Aliyev arrived in Tirana on a working visit to participate in the 6th summit of the European political community at the invitation of the Prime Minister of the Republic of Albania, Edi Rama, and the President of the European Council, Antonio Costa. At Tirana International Airport, the head of state was welcomed by Deputy Prime Minister of Albania, Minister of Infrastructure and Energy, Belinda Baluku, and other officials. President Ilham Aliyev met with Antonio Costa, President of the European Council, and Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission, in Tirana on May 16th.
Antonio Costa and Ursula von der Leyen described Azerbaijan as an important and reliable partner of the European Union, praising the country's support, especially during times when Europe faced energy challenges. The meeting highlighted Azerbaijan's ties with the Central Asia region and its leading role in the Middle Corridor. It was noted with satisfaction that Azerbaijan serves as a platform for dialogue among various parties to ensure peace and stability both in the region and beyond. President İlham Aliyev emphasized that Azerbaijan attaches great importance to its relations with the European Union and touched upon the country's role in Europe's energy security. The head of state highlighted significant prospects for expanding energy cooperation between Azerbaijan and the European Union, noting that Azerbaijan currently contributes to the energy supply of 10 European countries, including 8 European Union member states. Touching on Azerbaijan's important role in the Middle Corridor, President İlham Aliyev highlighted the investments made in transport infrastructure in the country and the progress achieved in developing this route. The head of state also noted the increasing cargo transportation volume along the Middle Corridor. During the conversation, they highlighted the strategic partnership agreement signed at the presidential level between Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, aimed at facilitating the transmission of Central Asia's renewable energy resources via the Caspian Sea. Discussions also included projects related to the export of renewable energy through an electric cable to be laid under the Black Sea. The meeting highlighted broad opportunities for enhanced cooperation with the European Union in these areas. The meeting also addressed discussions held within the framework of the Southern Gas Corridor Advisory Council, emphasizing the substantial prospects for further collaboration with the European Union in this area. The sides also exchanged views on other matters of mutual interest.
The opening ceremony of the 6th Summit of the European Political Community was held in Tirana, the capital of Albania. President İlham Aliyev attended the event.
Prime Minister of the Republic of Albania, Rama, welcomed President İlham Aliyev and other heads of state and government participating in the summit. The opening ceremony of the 6th Summit of the European Political Union was held. The event participants posed for a family photo. It should be noted that this year's summit was attended by heads of state and government from nearly 50 countries. Afterwards, the opening plenary session of the 6th Summit of the European Political Union was held. President İlham Aliyev attended the event.
On May 16th, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan İlham Aliyev and Prime Minister of the Republic of Albania Edi Rama held a meeting over a working luncheon in Tirana.
President İlham Aliyev congratulated Prime Minister Edi Rama on the successful organization of the 6th Summit of the European Political Community. During the conversation, the sides hailed the development of bilateral relations between Azerbaijan and Albania, particularly in the field of energy, as well as their fruitful cooperation within international organizations. They emphasized the importance of the projects to supply natural gas from Azerbaijan to the Albanian city of Korça. President İlham Aliyev and Prime Minister Edi Rama also exchanged views on prospects for further cooperation between the two countries.
That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.